Take, Lord, all my freedom. Receive my whole memory, understanding, and my will. Whatever I have or all you have given me, I hand it all back to you and surrender entirely to be governed by your will. Give me only your love and your grace. That is enough for me. That is enough for me. Take, Lord, all my freedom. Give me only your love and your grace, that is enough. Welcome to Little Big Voices Live!
Welcome, Melva, welcome to episode 6.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what just happened there?
That was so beautiful. I just want to cry.
Oh, I was crying.
Dang.
Melva, do you remember like this whole idea of just doing this and then something like that happens? It was so humbling to think about our first, well, we did a tech rehearsal. And, you got mad at me because I was snarky, remember, about something?
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you talk in the mic there.
You were snarky, for sure.
Yeah, I was snarky. That was just pre-show Mark,
But
though.
talk about that, because that helps me get a little more serious.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, his singing just...
It was amazing.
Oh
amazing.
My God.
Yeah. So I wanted to especially welcome you because it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody let's give it up for Melva Martinez. Y'all in the house, come on.
I'm going to be 70 years old, Mark.
70, that's crazy. Hey, Hermes.
I'm so grateful.
Can you grab that cake out of the refrigerator? Either one of them.
You have a cake?
We have a cake and we're going to eat it too.
Oh.
Yes. I don't think that saying's correct. Like, I want my cake and eat it too. It is possible.
Well,
if you own the cake and you can eat the cake and then it's yours.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so happy about my birthday tomorrow. I can't stand it.
Don't even think about it. It's. I got to tell you something real quick. Hey, Chris, can you bring down Hermes all the way in my monitor? I'm just getting way too much full in my left ear. There we go. So Melva, I just want to take a second just to say I'm so glad you were born. So we got a couple of cakes, and I remember your favorite was Italian cream.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of cake for the dinner tonight.
Wow.
Hermes is going to bring it out and show you. And we'll bring it out a little later at dinner time. But I just want to tell you something. This wouldn't be happening without you. Joe wouldn't have sung here tonight without you. So whatever happens the rest of your life, all you're wondering if you made a difference or not, that happened because you inspired me with your painting studio. And you were here day and night running around just doing all the hard work. And we would never be here without you. So Italian cream cake flying in out of it.
Wow, look at that.
You leave it if you want. We probably need room in the kitchen anyway. So there's a whole nother one too. And so there'll be room, a little one, so there'll be room for you to take. But Melba, I have no idea how many people you impacted before 3 years ago when we met. But for the 3 years, you have made this huge impact. So thank you. I love you. It's like crazy. I'll do anything for you. Just know that you've made a huge difference in my life and for others around here. So if Melba has made a difference in your life, can I hear it from y'all? Come on. Yeah. Lives are changed.
I feel like you saying that and me hearing it and believing you and
just believe me.
Just experiencing what I've experienced, I couldn't believe that I'd be sitting here, I'd be 70 years old, I'd feel happy and good, content, and thriving.
Yeah. Thriving's not even, they don't even have a speed for the speed you go, Melba. They don't have a name for it. Like, you're a speedometer breaker. Anyway,
I'm grateful.
Let's talk real quick about a couple things, because we got a big show tonight. We got tons of people. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to some super cool people that are crewing tonight. First of all, let's give it up for Stephanie Hollister from Washington State. Flew all the way in here just to do floor management.
Wow.
Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, she's been awesome.
She's good. She also was set decorator.
Wow.
Yeah. We had several set construction people working on this thing for the last week and a half. And I'll talk more about that later. But she came in because I was like, I just met Stephanie. She's a friend of Susan's, who's also our green room hospitality manager. Give it up for Susan, y'all.
Woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
And so she, I think it's a funny story, Stephanie. But Stephanie, Susan said, hey, my friend Stephanie wants to call you. She's got an idea for a show. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like an episode, And so Stephanie and I got on the phone and we started talking, and man, she's passionate about how the feminine and masculine relate or don't relate, how we can find our feminine and masculine, and just boils down a lot of the problems in our world with us just not being in touch with these beautiful energies. Would that be fair, Stephanie? And so we just got, instead of a little quick phone call to hear her idea, we talked for an hour and a half. And I said, I can't do that show because it's such a big topic. It's a huge topic, and I don't know how to hold that topic. I can only hold what I hold. It's so big. And I said, but I got an idea, Stephanie. Why don't you do a podcast? And I'll support you, and we'll get it going. So if everyone thinks Stephanie ought to do this podcast, and about how men and women and the masculine and feminine interact and how we can do that better and how we can claim it and heal and all that. Can I give it up? Can I hear if y'all want to hear that episode? Yeah.
Awesome.
So the deal here at Little Big Voices, if you work the show in any form, or if you're on the show, then you just chalk up hours and you do whatever in the studio. So I said, Stephanie, why don't you just be the show coordinator this time from Seattle, work up some hours, and then we'll just turn them in and we'll make your podcast. And we'll start working on it. And she fell for it, which I thought was amazing. And then next thing I know, you weren't going to be here.
Right.
And so I asked her if she'd do floor management. She's like, I'm going to come. Awesome. I'm like, let's come. So Stephanie flew all the way from Seattle yesterday, flying out Monday tomorrow morning, just to be floor manager and to launch her dream, as far as I'm concerned, Stephanie. And I'm in to support you. And if you're in to support her in one form or fashion or another, let's hear from her. Yeah, let's hear from her. Yeah, because that is such an important topic, and I think there needs to be a podcast dedicated to it. And so I told her, I said, you start a podcast, and then we'll have some way to send them when we do that episode on Little Big Voices. We'll have some place to send them to keep that conversation going, because that is not an hour and a half conversation. That's been going on since the dawn of humanity, you know? So anyway, that's Stephanie Hollister, man. And then she decorated the set. I said, man, I need some divine feminine over here, because it looked like my masculine decorated it. And I was like, we got to have some divine feminine. So she did that. And then Christy Alberti is our social media manager tonight. Let's give it up for Christy.
Woohoo, Christy.
I could talk about...
You have some
I could talk about,
great conscious women working here.
I know it. I'm super lucky like that. And Christy, how are you doing tonight?
And men too.
Great.
Good.
Thank you.
We got Christy mic'd up tonight. She's going to be helping people that are watching online if they have questions for the guest or anything like that. And she's going to be managing the room like that. She's also been the one sending out all the promotions and stuff. Nice. And then next we got Chris Waters on audio and video playback tonight. Let's give it up for Chris.
Hey, Chris. Woohoo.
Chris is a super pro, as good as it gets on audio. So we're in good hands tonight. And he and I have worked a lot on projects together. He's a video producer as well, and just such a good guy. Chris, I don't know how you feel about this. This is awkward for you. Let's see some crew cam, Lalo, or the butterfly, either one. There we go. There we go. Hey, give it up for our crew cam right here. This is Lalo and Chris. Wow. So Chris, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm thinking about getting a necklace. It's that one that says half of it is one necklace and you have another half, and it says "You complete me." I think I want to give one of those to you. Because
a lot of other people deserve that more.
Anyway, Chris, I don't know. I think we're a really good team, Chris. So thanks for being here. And next to him is Lalo, the Wonder Human, I call him. Let's give it up for Lalo. He's on video switching tonight. Yeah, and Lalo walked in here with a heart of gold and some experience in the theater and sat down with an hour. He was doing video switching. This is his third show or fourth show, Lalo?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, but time stands still when you're in the middle of a vortex of love. So next up, we have Sam Wofford on cameras and lights tonight, y'all. This guy's magical. Let's give it up for Sam.
Definitely wizard.
Yeah. I asked Sam to come early. He hails from Chicago, Illinois, as a beautiful family. It reminds me, I think you and Joe Mach family ought to get together and go to Waterloo Ice House where they have kids' playground and just enjoy each other, because two of the most beautiful families, man. And every now and then his wife will bring his daughter by when we're working on something, and she's just something else. So anyway, we love working with Sam. He makes it beautiful, and he's so thoughtful in the lighting and everything. So thank you, Sam. And then on camera too, because this guy does everything. He sings, he's a leader, he's a mentor, and he's a digital professional in digital media and a filmmaker. Corey Hopkins is on our slider camera tonight. And Corey was on last episode. And Chris, if you could put up Corey's graphic, but we just launched Corey's audio podcast that we did. Wow. And we'll bring that up and see. But if you guys haven't seen it yet, I get choked up just thinking about this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. He and I met a few months ago. We recorded it because he came over. He was coming from a funeral. We talked about getting together. He wanted to make it happen so bad. He came down. He sat down right at that chair right there, and I had him put on headphones. I said, come on, put some headphones on just in case we do this someday. And he did, and we were talking. He goes, why don't you hit record? And I hit record, and that's the podcast you'll hear. And it was so good, Corey. I just so happy about our relationship, and you inspire me, and your singing last episode was amazing. If you want to go check out number 5. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And his amazing, beautifully talented, way beyond wife is singing tonight. So it's such a treat.
You are kidding me.
No.
She's singing tonight?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and then I want to especially thank Rob Yeager. He is on the show tonight, but he gets huge thanks from me. He was up here with me. I can't even remember how many hours. He was probably here 50 or 60 or 70 hours the last 10 days. And he's the only person that's ever been able, including my 2 ex-wives, who have ever been able to keep up.
You have 2 ex-wives?
Yeah, and they're great, but there's nobody that, and this guy keeps up, and he doesn't. It's like he makes me even better. And so we've been up here midnight 1, 2, working on this set and working on this show, and I love you, Rob, and appreciate you deeply, man. So thanks for being set construction. All right. And then, my favorite, here we go. We're going to go over to the kitchen disco, and check in with Hermes and Evelyn the Wonder Child. Hermes, how you doing in there?
We are hanging in there.
Are you?
Yeah, barely.
Man, I don't think we've had that much foil on the show before. That was a lot of foil. Let me read it. Okay. Let me read it. I just think this is like poetry to me. So he said, hey, Mark, this is what I'm thinking. It's based on my understanding that love is mostly about service, providing, nurturing, protecting all acts of love. I'm going to take this down. I want to give the dinner guests the experience of giving love to one another and receiving love by serving one another. Simple pasta, salad, and garlic bread on the table to be distributed, but nobody serves themselves. Everybody will ask, offer, receive from one another. When we love, we are vulnerable. When we are loved, sometimes it's hard to accept. In what ways do I make myself unlovable? By not allowing others to serve me, not reaching out. And how will that change the mood awareness of everyone at the table, knowing that they're also there to offer to others and serve them? Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Hermes, for being who you are, for being my friend and my brother, and just an awesome part of the crew. Thank you. Did I forget anybody tonight on crew? And we introduced Laura and
Did
Cass.
You get Susan?
Yeah, Susan. Yeah. I think I mentioned Susan Remmert. She's our hospitality manager tonight, and just the most transcendental healer I've ever been touched by. So if your body or soul needs healing, sign up with Susan right away.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge. Okay, so Melba, let's talk real quick about your show and get on with the first interview. Is LaShawn hit the house yet? Hey, LaShawn's in the house.
LaShawn just walked in
Oh
the
my
door.
gosh, everybody give it up for LaShawn and Anastasia.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Man, I'm so glad you're here. You're up in a minute. So glad you're here, brother.
I'm having an art show, Mark.
Yes.
And,
Can we bring that up, Chris?
Sure. I'd like to invite all of our Little Big Voices fans to this reception that we're having on March 22nd. It's at 901 Trinity Street. It's at the Trinity Street Theater Gallery. And you're going to actually, what I'm celebrating is 23 years of painting people as roses.
Wow.
And in that flyer, what you see is that big, that middle canvas. That was
Beautiful
my very
one.
first painting. I was trying to paint a woman with a broken heart, and it was because my niece had passed away in a tragic car accident, and I wanted to do an abstract. But when my daughter brought it in from out, because I put it next to the trash can because it was my first art therapy. She brought it in, and she's like, "Mom, oh my God, look what I found next to your trash can." And I said, "Oh yeah, that's my art therapy." And she said, "You painted this?" And then she looked at it for, seriously, and she goes, "Mom, what do you call it?" And even though I was thinking of a woman with a broken heart when I was painting it, when she asked me that, I looked at it and I said, "Inside a rose." And you want to know what she said right after? She's looking right at the painting. She said, "Mom, you need to paint roses. They followed you all of your life." I said, what? And she goes, Mom, look, you went to St. Rose's Catholic Church in Torrington, Wyoming. I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. She goes, and then you told me that you guys stayed in Austin because you won the Austin Critics Theater Award for Best Actor that year from the in the play The Rose Tattoo by Tennessee Williams, and your character's name was Serafina de la Rosa. And then she said, and Mom, look at all your friends. She listed, even including one of my high school friends, all of these friends that had the word Rose in their name. Rosemary, Rosalind, Amparo Rose, Garcia, Sylvia Rose, David Rose, Laura Rose. And I never put two and two together. So the minute she left, I called up my friend who had given me that canvas, and she was the painter. And I told her everything that Adrian said. She said, okay, we're making your office as a studio. And I've never taken an art class, but I bet you since 2003, I have been painting people as roses, and I'm sure I've painted over 1,000 canvases.
Oh, and I'm lucky enough to have received one of those. And when you handed it to me, I just cried. I saw myself, and I felt like I was seen at a level that I'd never been seen before, and just saw myself like in a way I'd never seen myself. So incredibly impactful. And that's how, to me, one reason I wanted you to pop in on this on a busy weekend for you is just I felt loved when I saw that. I felt known. I felt, I don't know, it was very moving. And
do you have a picture of your painting?
No.
Oh, shoot.
No, but I just wanted to say that to me, art in general, it opens up a doorway or a portal to all sorts of self-discovery, right? For me, it's beyond language. It's beyond at least the spoken language. And when I look at other roses that you've painted of people, I get to see them and know them in a portal way, like in this, wow. And I've always thought the fine artists see things that I can't see, or didn't slow down to see, or wasn't trained to see, or I just couldn't see it. And the calling for that fine artist is to bring back what they see for me, And so I just think it's an act of love. And I want to just honor you for loving the world like that.
I have to say, I was painting because my entire family had been devastated with my niece's passing. And, you said something a while ago about artists being able to see. It's not that you're able to see, it's that you allow. You allow spirit, the person you're thinking of, their energy. You allow color and shape and texture, all that to have meaning. And once you start to allow that kind of degree of information, whether it's, like I started painting huge canvases before I painted small ones. And now I'm starting to paint small ones. But if we listen, and that's one of the beautiful things about your podcast, it's all about listening. And artistry is all about listening.
Thank you, Melba. Thank you. All right. Well, I want to welcome you two again back. It's so good. Y'all were on episode 5. And a few weeks ago, it just seemed like it was a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
That was a special time, man. And I've gotten so much feedback on y'all's segment about just how heartfelt it was and open it was. And I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for having us.
I think I have your mic up now, LaShawn. So good. Now you're on. Now you got to say something important all of a sudden. Yeah. But I hope if you're watching, you'll go back and watch these two on episode 5. Just good human beings. And while I was talking to them, I just had this idea to reach out because they were talking about getting their LLC and saving money for it. And they have a brand called Fly, Forever Lifting Yourself. And that is just one of the coolest brands I've heard of lately. And it just has a lot of light to it, a lot of light. And I was like, we've got to get these two out in the world quicker, right? Because the world needs this light. And so I just spontaneously said, hey, why don't we raise some money real quick? I want to see if anybody else wants to pitch in. I was going to pitch in, and the audience pitched in, crew pitched in, and raised $425 for y'all. So, yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. And I've got it in cash, and it's in an envelope, and it's in the green room somewhere. So I'm going to get it for y'all. I meant to hand it to you. But I just want to make it clear, it's not that I think you all need the money. I think we need you out there quicker. And that's why I did it. Y'all are successful. Y'all know what's going on. You can get anything you want. You don't need me, but I need you. We need you. So I hope it just picks up the pace a little bit, gets you, a vote of confidence there. And also, I don't know if y'all remember, but I said if there are any attorneys watching that could lend a hand. And one did and wants to take care of it for free. So you'll have filing money. You'll have the filing money to do the filing. And this attorney, his name's Roland Wielanders, and he watched the show. And it was weird is I was going to call him and say, hey, man, can you help out some people? And I met him for dinner that night, just real spontaneous dinner. And I was getting ready to talk to him about it. And he goes, hey, I just watched the show. I sent you an email. I want to do it for them. I'll just take care of it. And this guy he's the real deal. He is the real deal. And he's got such a good heart. He's such a good human. And he has done, huge stuff, mergers, acquisitions, taking companies public, all this stuff. He is the real deal, and he's just got a heart of gold too. So he was just wanting to do his part to get y'all out there too. So you can meet with him. He'll do all the paperwork. He'll fill it all out. You could ask him some questions if you wanted to, like, what next? What do you think we should do? What should we avoid? He's seen it all. And he also has a podcast that helps people invest in things. And so he's always talking to investors and all sorts of things. But he said, just give him my information. So I need to do that too. So anyway, thank you, Roland, for doing that. And thanks for everyone who contributed. It warmed my heart because I don't really want a podcast. I want community. That's what I'm after here. And I don't know. I just thought this is what I know. So why don't I bring it to build community? I can't build a house. You wouldn't want to live in it. But maybe I can build this, and we can have community and be there for each other and support each other. And so I just wanted to thank you all for your stand for yourself and the adversities you face and the sadnesses and what you've gone through. And you're just beaming light. You just look like light to me. So, and these two were engaged. And I hinted at it last time, but I think it'd be really cool if I married y'all on the podcast. I'm just saying, it'd be cool. Wouldn't that be good, y'all? Wouldn't that be cool to just get married on Little Big Voices? I don't know. It might be like a pre one or something to practice one. But anyway, when is the date? Come on, LaShawn. Give me any date.
Well, we
that's the answer.
Well, we were talking about doing it like on my birthday. We talked about it for a little bit.
That'd be a great birthday
It's in
present,
October,
man.
So, yeah.
That would be an amazing birthday present.
Yeah.
Plus, you wouldn't have to get him anything that way.
That's true.
She still got to give me something.
No. Oh, man. So I wondered if y'all would just talk a little bit about what it means to, Anastasia, maybe you could start. What does it mean to have this man love you? How's it show up? What's it mean to you?
It means a lot. I grew up in a household where, my biological father wasn't in the picture in the beginning, but my stepdad, seeing him the way that he loved my mom and was there for her in any way possible, showed me what it was that I needed.
That's okay. Just take a pause right there. Feel that. Feel that. That's it right there. It's kind of beyond words, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does mean a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So, LaShawn, you're extra lucky. I've seen her sit through a music video that we were doing. Patient as I've never seen someone more patient. I thought, when is she going to lose it and just scream at us and say, let's go home, y'all. and she just stayed right by your side and just helped. Just it was a grounding presence. What does it mean to you to be loved by this woman?
Oh man, it means a lot. I feel like there's like moments where I don't love myself at some point, like where like I'm going through it and I just don't feel like I'm enough. And I think she, reroutes me and shows me like, that I am somebody just by, and she doesn't even have to say anything. Sometimes it's just some of the things that she does. And so it means a lot.
Yeah, man. Rob and I were talking the other day. If you met Rob, you didn't get back to the green room yet, did you?
Yeah, I went back there for a little
Okay.
Yeah.
But Rob and I were talking the other day. We go to the same church, and I sit in the back because I'm doing all the media, so I can see everything. And he's back at the back because he wants to figure out the quickest way to get out of there. I'm just kidding, Rob. I have no idea. But we both noticed the same thing. There was this woman that just put her hand on the back of this man, kind of 3 or 4 aisles in front of us. And he and I had the same reaction to it. It was like, that's it right there. There's something about just that support that says it's grounding or affirming. To me, that's one of the highest qualities of the divine feminine for me, is that you didn't even have to say anything. You believe in me. And that woman that just did that little thing on his back, we both had the same reaction, like, man, that's it right there. That's all of it. Because I feel like I could go move a mountain with that energy and that support. I could do anything, and I could even fail and come home and try again. It's just an amazing support. So I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and that's why I think you're just blessed, man. And both of y'all are. So, well, I want you to, seriously consider, getting married on the show. I think it'd be fun. Maybe we could raise money for y'all's honeymoon. We can do all sorts of stuff. But we're gonna hear next. We're gonna hear next from Keila Hopkins, and I know y'all know her.
Yeah.
And support her. So, Keila, thank you for being here, and let's listen to this. Keila, can I share? Is she coming? All right, that's all right. No, where's Keila, man? Can I share what you're singing tonight? Okay, well, you can hop on the stage, man. Oh, you need this? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Corey. It's getting to be a family affair over here, y'all. People getting married and stuff and bringing their kids in. I love it, man. We're going to have to get a playground like at McDonald's now or something. I've told us before on the show that we do the podcast and then afterwards we have a big meal, and I don't know how we turn this thing into a dining room. It surprises me every time that it works. And I felt bad for y'all because y'all got stuck on the couch.
It's okay. It was comfortable.
We were trying to build the couch up to meet the table. And I saw a big old shine over there, like sitting there like this. I was like, man, I felt bad. But tonight, thanks to Rob, we sat there and worked on this for hours. We re-engineered it. You may not notice it, but we've rearranged some stuff. We put some stuff out of the way. So now we can move that couch a little bit and we can have some chairs in front of the couch. So, and we're going to try that out tonight. So at dinner last episode, Keila came, and I think it was funny because someone noticed the look on her face when she walked in the door, because she came separate from Corey. Corey was the musical guest, one of them, and I forgot who it was, said that she had a look on her face like, am I gonna go in and do this? You know, am I gonna trust this? You know, what's going on here? It's kind of crazy, and so she came in though, and it's the first time I had met her, and she's such a beautiful human being, and we had dinner. And I played a song for everybody just because I was in love with everybody that night. And I played a song, and then after that, Keila said, hey, could I play a song? And so we played back a song that she wrote for her mother, who passed away a couple of years ago with breast cancer. And it was just one of the sweetest moments here at the studio, her sharing about that. And playing that song, we all just stopped what we were doing and just really took in that song. And about a week later, I called Corey. I said, man, what do I got to do to get her to come on and sing that? Like, you know, you make a profession of sweet talking her. I need some advice here. How do I do this? And he said, just ask her. Just ask her. And it was on my heart. I think it's a lot of light this woman's bringing into the world. And that's what I want this show to be, is full of light emitting. And so I'd like to welcome Keila Hopkins to Little Big Voices officially. And I think you're going to really enjoy her gift. Let's take it away.
Living life, ask me how I feel about life. Life's crazy, growing up from a baby into a grown adult. I can't afford to be lazy. Being nurtured, loved, and groomed by no other than my mother. She's not here, I shed a tear, because life took her life. Now I have to live my life without her. How do I do it? I'm still going through it. I need you. It's a dream, then I pinch myself. Oh, she's long gone. I don't wanna hear that, don't wanna believe that. You can't tell me that. Playing those voice messages over and over again just to hear your voice. Mama, please, please come back to me. I need you. Oh yeah, I need your love. I need your love. I need you to hold me, Mama. I found my love, but I need your love. I need you to hold me. I lost my mama last year, and it burns, man, it burns so bad. I can't believe this happened to me. Oh, why me? Living in this world can be so cruel when you lose the love of one. No, no. Why my mama? I need you. 'Cause I need your love. I need you to hold me, Mama. Love you, Mama.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Keila, thank you. Oh, wow.
We love you, Keila.
Right here. Oh, man. Oh, thank you, Keila. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much. Wow. Melissa Summer, I'd like to welcome her to the show.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here,
Yeah.
be part of the community.
Something I hadn't mentioned yet, y'all, is Melissa is a major contributor of the meal tonight as far as paying for it. So let's give it up for Melissa.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so weird. You just do something like Little Big Voices and then people just come forward and just give their gifts, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Like that was a gift from Keila, right? Corey, LaShawn and Donna. It's just gifts being given right and left.
I love how you find people's talents and you showcase, everyone you meet. And it's just such a loving thing that you're doing here.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels that way. It feels like I'm this way out in public too.
Yeah.
I just find human beings, they have all this stuff, like, all the emotions, all the agendas, all the dreams, I don't know. And I just keep listening to them on and on. So thanks for being one of them.
Well, I love that, you don't shy away from the hard stuff,
Yeah.
You hold space for people and,
Thank you.
extend your heart to people.
Yeah. Thank you for seeing me like that. And I've talked about it a little bit before, but went through a really hard spot, the hardest I'd ever been through. I didn't know when I went through it, I was like, I don't know if I can make it through this, and just pretty much lost everything that I thought was life. And I don't know, I won't wish it on anybody, but it carved out some sort of space in me. It burned up stuff. I remember one day I was in this little kitchen where I used to live, and it was the heat of all of it, the heat of the loss and of the situation, and I just didn't know how I was going to figure it out. And I just remember being on this precipice and just saying, kind of whispering to spirit, saying, let it burn. Let it burn. I'm going to just let it burn. I said, let it burn. And I wished for it to burn. And before I was fighting the burn. And then I said, let's burn it up. Burn up all my beliefs, all my ideas, all my preferences. And because that's what I was suffering from, was that, what I thought was supposed to happen in life. And so it got burned up. And is this the best gift I've ever gotten? The hardest gift and the best gift ever. I wouldn't trade it. So, and you, you've been through some pretty tough stuff. As tough as it gets. It really does. And can I tell a little bit of the backstory, how we met?
Yeah.
So Donna Stevens, who's up on the studio wall right there, and that beautiful, amazing creature on the wall there, she and I were friends for 35 years, and she's also friends with Patrick, who's on the show tonight. And she died suddenly in a drunk driver accident. A drunk driver hit her and her bestie and just instantly died. And so I was, Patrick and I and Joy and another Donna just began planning the services, and we had all these services planned for her. And we did the first online one. And I don't know, 60 or 70 people showed up from all over the world. And I thought we were going to do a couple hours, We had someone else in our spiritual community was organizing it, and I was supporting it, and I was, kind of emceeing it. And I thought we'd be done in an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then nobody wanted to leave. They just kept telling stories, and they were grieving really deeply over this beautiful woman. And there was this woman that just kept hanging around. I was like, who is that? Like, who is hanging around the funeral, like an online funeral? Who does that? And then I think you might have been at work because you seemed like you had some sort of scrubs on or something. I was like, is she a nurse? I don't know, what is she? And so then everybody finally started leaving. I said, we're just going to leave it open. And so let's leave it open until everybody grieves. And it went on for 4 hours. And Melissa was still there at the end. And I said, who are you? I said, how are you doing? Like your name was on there. How are you doing? And met her. That's how I met her. And it turns out she lives in, that way toward the lake, Lakeway and Horseshoe Bay-ish stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And on that call, there was only one other person maybe on the call left. And she told me a story about how she lost her son last year, tragically. Yeah. And I couldn't believe you told me that. And it was just such a gift that you gave me to share that.
So what I told you is, so my son, Griffin, got run over by a car out in Marble Falls in front of the Bluebonnet Cafe last year. And what I was telling you that day was that I had just met Donna Lou right before she died. I was actually swimming with her and Patrick. And I told her about my loss, and she told me, I said, I believe in unity consciousness. We're all one. We're not ending here. And she responded, yes, but experientially, it's really tough. And so,
this doesn't get much tougher than a mother losing her baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. My sister has, and my mom has, and I have a friend who lost 2 of her daughters, and then there's you, and I've never experienced the kind of pain that it appears that a mother goes through when they lose their child.
Yeah, it's like a heartache, like a heartbreak, kind of like, a big one, like your divorce or something. But it's like that magnified by like 100. It just feels like your heart was ripped out of your body and you feel like vomiting, It's just this swarm of all these different emotions. And you feel like you don't want to go on because it's so painful, and that it's never going to end. And you talk to other moms who have lost their kids and they're 10 years out, 20 years out, they say it never ends. But they do say that it lets up after a couple of years in the intensity of it. But for me, I wanted it to not just be a heartache, but to have my heart broken open to a deeper sense of compassion. And it has really made me understand what grieving people on all levels of grief are going through. So I am much more heartfelt with my clients and other people I meet who are going through something like that. And it just, you can't just know how much people are caring just by meeting them. We never know how much people are suffering. And so just love what you're doing because I was so impressed with you when you gave out your heart to showcase Donna Lou's life and all of her talents. She was multi-talented. You got together all of her friends from all over the world. Even if they couldn't come live, they came online, and the ones that did come came from California and all over the place. And you just kept going and going, just like giving your heart out. And I first was listening to you on the telephone when you were talking about what you were going to do. And then I saw it all come to fruition. And it was what a statement of love for your friend. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And so,
thank you.
Yeah. So.
Well, it was 100 days of tears. I call it, like literally 100 days. I cried. I've never grieved like that.
Yeah. So this just keeps going like that. So I'm in my 10th month now. Yeah. And it's every day, and it's multiple times a day, and you never know when it's just gonna boom whack you out. You could be at work or wherever. You can barely hold in all the grief, but at the same time, you just have to like find a way to be with the feelings and accept what's going on and really be present for them, and let them pass through and know that it's not going to be forever, even though it feels like it's going to be forever. Just know that instead of suppressing them or exploding with them, sometimes we explode with them. We have to. But just letting them pass through and not giving them too much meaning, because it's just, a physical, emotional, it's on all levels. So you have these physical sensations. You're kind of like going through all of the feelings of fight or flight, stress response, all the different ways of doing that, whether it's freezing or wanting to run, and people run in different ways. Some actually physically run, some, travel, try to get away from the scene where it happened. Like that's one of the hardest things for me, is that I can't go anywhere where we lived without seeing the place where the accident occurred, without, I can't go to any restaurant that he was there. Everywhere we went, I went with him.
Could we talk about Griffin for a little bit?
Yeah.
You mind? What would you like us to know about Griffin? Because we talked a lot about it. Melissa, can I tell her about our Maybe project?
Yeah.
So Melissa, this was crazy, because I had gone through that 100 days with Donna. We finished we did 3 or 4 services. Patrick did a big deal. And it was that week. I had her ashes here. I had another ceremony with another man in like another state I never knew that was close to Donna. And he took her ashes, and I just sat here one last time on that floor and cried with them. And it was released. And I sat in that chair in the green room the next day, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I was going to make that. And Melissa called, and she goes, I want you to help me with Griffin's service. And there was a part of me, Melissa, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. There's a part of me that's like, oh my gosh, I just sat here for the first time after 100 days. But I knew the answer was yes. It was like there was no question, especially after seeing what my sister went through and my mom has gone through. It's like there's no question when it comes to that. So I'm so glad you asked. And we're tentatively planning, kind of letting the Spirit do some of this, right?
Yeah.
But we've been spending time together thinking, how would we honor Griffin? And the most energy is around producing a play that we might call Rocket Man, right? In Marble Falls at the community theater, where people get to experience him as a play, as a piece of art, as a human, as a story. And so that's been an incredible gift and a perfect timing for when you asked me. I was the most open. The portal was open and I could help. So thank you for that. And if we ever, and the thing that I thought was most beautiful we came to was doing it in community. He was very community oriented. Mm-hmm. And I asked Melissa can I tell you what we talked about on the first call? I said, Melissa, what do you wish for in this? What do you wish for yourself first? And she said, to know Griffin better. That just opened my heart. He was 29. And I thought, wow, that's a mother wanting to know her son even better after all that you knew. And then I said, what else? And she said, I want to be in community. I want to be in his community. I want to know him and know the people that he was a community with. And I want people to know him and realize what a great person he was. And so I just thought that was a great way to start the project, to know him better. I was like, wow, that's right there. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, we've written scripts, we've got ideas, and Melissa may even be in it. or we might hire someone to play Melissa. We don't know, but I think that's pretty brave to do what you're doing, to face it on like that, and to really go into the processing it, as opposed to let's do the service and get through this and try to forget it. You're doing beautiful work there.
Well, I was so inspired by what you did for Donna Lou's service, and I barely knew Donna Lou, and yet I learned so much about her from your services. And one thing I noticed was that the family was actually not a big part of those services. A lot of it was, 95% of it was friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, I don't know all these people. Everyone I know in Marble Falls, I know them because of Griffin. But still, I didn't dive deep in the community the way Griffin did. So Griffin actually was part of the theater community, and that was one of his big things. And then he also was part of Highland Lakes Equality Center, and they did a lot of different things around the town together. So those are the two communities that I really want to know, and hear. I want to hear what they have to say. I don't just want to tell my story.
Now, what would you like us? What would you like us to know about Griffin? Anything that, what if it was this way? What if he was sitting there, and I was interviewing him, and I said, "Tell me about yourself, Griffin." What would he say?
He would want you to know that he always stands for love. Love is love. We don't judge other people, and we need to hold space as a community for each other, and we need to, collaborate and find ways to express ourselves creatively. And creative expression is the most important thing in life. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to just go to work every day. We're here to express ourselves. And he did that through guitar and through acting and through art. And
dancing with you.
Yeah, we danced at least once a week in the main street square, the town square. But he was always going to concerts, always inviting me to do more with him every day almost.
Well, it's such an honor to walk through it a little with you. I can't walk with you because I can't. I wouldn't know how. I'm not his mother, but you've gifted me with that, to walk beside you during some of this, and huge gift for me in so many ways.
And for me too, your presence, it's just very healing. You said to me the other day that I could be still talking about Griffin 20 years from now, and it would be okay.
Yeah, it would be.
Because a lot of people make you feel like you just need to move on. Everybody else has moved on.
Yeah.
You just can't.
It's uncomfortable for many people that haven't maybe faced their own death or their own something personal like that. But I think that's one of the best gifts you're giving, is that keeping his name alive doesn't just keep him present, it keeps me present. Because when we talk about Griffin, I feel like I'm the most present.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's more than just, don't forget Griffin. It's more like Griffin has more to say and do, and has affected me just getting to know him, the layers of Griffin and all the complexities and things and the nuances. And it's been an honor for someone to share that part of their life with me, that grieving. So I'm rooting for you big time. I just am. And I really want this project to happen because, I don't know, in our society, I don't see us like where LaShawn's from in New Orleans. They know how to bury somebody, don't you? You know how to have a funeral down there. They take a week too. Like, they just go and they sing and and they march down the road, and it's It's more part of the culture. Like, we're going to celebrate this person, or, you know, like Day of the Dead is an amazing celebration of these people's lives, not just their death. So there's certain cultures that do it, but some that don't. We just like run from it. And so it's just, I love the idea of just modeling for the world what it could mean to celebrate somebody and to grieve somebody. Because if you stop halfway, it's just going to gnaw and gnaw and gnaw.
Yeah.
And at me. It just, when I haven't grieved and I've stepped over it, it just gnaws at me. So and
what really helps me heal, though, is just when I tune into Griffin's spirit, it's just super joyful, super high energy, and it gives me peace and energy. So when I stop telling myself all the stories and all that and just tune into Griffin spirit, which you told me to do, to get the information about how to let spirit lead us through this.
Yeah.
And that has just been the most energizing, healing thing for me to do.
Talk to him.
I know. I can't talk to him. And the funny thing, though, is that Donna Lou shows up next to him. And she's reminding me to lighten up, be a little silly sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think grieving has all sorts of different things, but Donna was so good at that. I'm so glad you got to meet her. Like, you were probably the last new friend she had.
And I was so impressed that almost everybody felt like they were her best friend.
It made us all mad, the ones that had known her 35 years, because they were like, "This is my best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend." And we're like, "I thought I was her best friend."
Yeah.
We even did that at the service. We had this thing where we started arguing kind of playfully with each other. "She's my best friend." And then people in the audience were standing up, "She was my best friend." Or, "I was her best friend." So, well, Melissa, I hope you come back often. You've been a supporter of one of the Patreon members, and that just meant so much to me. And I encourage everyone to know this woman better. I know myself better because I know you.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
I know the depths of the feminine. Like, to me, I call it the divine feminine, is just this energy, and modeled obviously through people. But it's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. It's a forest fire. It's grieving. It's mourning. Like, it's a powerful, powerful force. It's all the nurturing into one thing. In our men's work, we bring in the energy of the mother in our circles. And we learn this from the Lakotas, taught my mentor, who taught me, which was welcome the energy of Mother Earth, the divine feminine. Yeah. Welcome all that she brings. And for me, she is only 6 feet away. She catches me when I fall. And she holds the question, why did my baby die?
Yeah.
She knows how to hold questions that she doesn't even have the answer to, but she can hold them. It's so powerful. And so I think of you often when we call that in. We call that energy in. And because I think you model it well, and you're earning it the hard way, you know?
So I learned just recently that the Native Americans believe a person is whole after about the age of 12, around the time of puberty, and that after that, the person just expands, but they're whole from that point. So I think that's, with early deaths in life, young deaths, the thought is that, the person didn't get to become what they were going to become. So I really like that idea, that you're already whole.
I believe that. On my good days, I believe it, Is there anything the community could do to support you?
Oh, just love on me all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me talk about Griffin.
Yeah. And this is a very interesting person. I mean, these are great stories. You know, I wondered if y'all, Anna, know you've had a pretty significant loss in your life. I just wanted to check in with you, and if you had any questions from Melissa or any encouragement or anything from what you've been through. You don't have to. I just wanted to check in with you because we're just sitting here talking.
I don't know. I would say that it's very different. Of course, I didn't lose a son, but I did lose a very close brother. And I just recently lost my father. But what you're doing is amazing. I, too, recently, not that long ago, said I wanted to do something. It had been years. It's been 16 years since my brother passed, but I did think about putting a foundation or something together for him. There are people that, still talk about him, but I understand what you were saying when you said that people do expect you to just move on, and, that's something that we, going through it, we're living with that daily. It's not something that we forgot, and it's behind us. How you're handling it is motivation, though. It encourages me a lot to want to do more for my brother. But yeah, I don't think
there's a time limit on it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a time limit. I think it's something that we learn to live with, and it just goes with us day by day.
You mind me asking your brother's name?
My brother's name is Bobby.
Bobby. What about your dad?
Robert.
Bobby and Robert. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Invite their spirits.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, are you complete for now, Melissa? Melissa, there's so much to talk to you about. Melissa did, in doing this show, this is about love, just exploring it, the edges of it, and how we get to it, and how we know it. And in talking to Melissa, she's like, well, she has a performance. You have a degree in performance art or just fine art? Or?
I have a degree in studio art, but my concentration was transmedia, which was, we were the cutting edge of digital art, going from the analog to the digital, and we also included performance, but I was a video installation artist.
And she told me about a project, which I think I wanted to do something like this in the studio. I know y'all think I've gotten crazy before, but it could get crazier. Is Melissa did a project where she walked up to people she didn't know and told them, I love you. And you videotaped it, right?
Parts of it when I was like on Guadalupe, it's hundreds of people. That was videotaped, and but there were all, it was for 24 hours. I had to say it to everyone I saw. The first thing. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes people would ask me for directions. I'd have to tell them I love you. I rode the bus to school, and I had to tell my bus driver, all my teachers, and then of course, all these strangers. And when I was on Guadalupe, I got some wonderful reactions. A lot of people hugged me and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there was one guy that was just raging pissed at me. He just thought I was a bullshitter.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard to accept love sometimes. Like I've had times in my life I just couldn't accept it. I didn't feel like worth it,
So that was called Walking Love, and all my stuff was about my spiritual path. Because like you, I went through a divorce, but I was 28. 27, and I just completely surrendered everything. Mm-hmm. I felt like I had nothing. I had $20 to my name and a child, 2-year-old, and that it made me start doing yoga and meditating, and I just opened to the divine love around me and really felt the presence continuously for about 3 months. So then I went to college, and I made all my pieces were about my experience with that, but I didn't have words for it. So I just did it through art.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. So let's all see if we could, before the end of the evening, tell someone we don't know, I love you. You want to try it, y'all?
Yes.
We gonna try it, y'all? Just try it, maybe. I mean, we're in a pretty close spot, you know.
I love you.
Oh, LaShawn, I love you, brother. I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you for the transmedia, but you're also transforming, you know, like this energy, this grieving is transforming and encouraging me to transform all this stuff into love, you know, or just let it be love. So thank you.
And, you know, every time we process our own grief, we're doing it for the whole community. You know? And we're all interconnected. We're all influencing each other. So.
Well, we're gonna do a show in a couple months. Maybe you can pop back in. I think Melba's gonna host that show, but it's focused on people that are going through changes, and including death, including being born, just any kind of changes, divorce, maybe transgender changes, maybe, you know, just any career changes, like transformation. And not the big hoopla kind, but just like I'm moving through from something to something. And I think, Melba, you're going to host that one in April, I think. So, and so maybe you come back and say hi during that. You know, you're always welcome here, always. And you have a beautiful, talented, just crazy daughter that I got to hang out with here at the studio not too long ago. And what a talent, and just amazing too. So, you know,
I hope she can come on the show sometime.
She's welcome anytime, but I'm pretty sure the police are going to come. She's crazy, y'all. I don't know. Melissa was telling me a story. I'm not going to tell it. But I'm just saying the police were involved. And I was like, I wish I had thought of that. Like, that's what it was about. It was like, that was such a good idea to do what she did, you know? So anyway, but yeah, thank you for just modeling mother's love and your brother's love and your father's love and your love for each other. I'm just excited for all of you at the table here. I want to check in with Hermes while we bring in, I think we're bringing in Rob and Joe next, aren't we? Yeah. So y'all can stick or not, Melissa stay or not, but whoever wants to stay, rotate around here. And we're going to got a couple of really good men coming in. And I want to check in with Hermes. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hermes, how you doing in there?
We are doing well. Can you hear me? Check, check, check.
Yes. How's Evelyn doing?
Evelyn, how you doing? Hi.
Okay.
she's good.
My favorite part about last show dinner was we were going on a circle sharing. Can I share this, Hermes? Do you mind?
I don't mind. Well, I mean, you haven't said it yet. I don't know what it's going to be here. But, I have a time machine, so we can, like, zip back about 30 seconds of time if you say something that's,
I love your time machine, man. So we were going around the circle sharing, and Hermes was talking about, he was just so proud of himself for not irritating Evelyn more than 10 or 15 minutes. Or no, she said 20. And then, Evelyn, do you mind if I say what your response was?
Do you mind if Mark says what
you mind if I say what you said back?
Last time? We're good.
Okay.
You may proceed.
Okay, we're good. I just like to check in. I'm here sharing someone else's story, you know.
Your sensibilities are spot on.
Yeah. And so, but Evelyn corrected him and said, no, it was 30 minutes that you were super irritating. So I just thought that was a great, and I mean, let's just take a pause here while we settle these guys in. And you guys are going to be up close to this mic, so you might as well get comfortable with it. And, but just, y'all take a look at this. Can you imagine if Hermes was your dad for a second here? And you're in there cooking. Like, I just love this father-daughter relationship in there. And Evelyn's been on every one of the ones. This is number 4 for y'all, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah. And the first time Evelyn was here and they left, because Evelyn was out doing some crazy stuff outside. We don't know what, like counting snails, all sorts of stuff was going on out there. And
Chasing Amy's cats.
Making friends with the neighbors and the cats and everything. But Evelyn, everybody in here, especially the women, they're like, Mark, who is that? That is a wonder child. And that's why I call you Evelyn the Wonder Child. I hope you don't mind, because these women were like, she is wonder. So anyway, I'm just glad to see a father-daughter in there just making a meal and making life happen. So thank you all for being here.
Feels good to be seen. Thank you, sir.
All right, now we're back to these guys right here, these men. And Joe, I need you up on that mic.
Okay.
So
I'm here.
Please welcome to the Jerry Cadell podcast studio. That's my dad, by the way, right there, y'all, on the left.
What's up, dude?
Jerry?
Yeah, that's Jerry. I'm sorry, we're just chatting. We're just doing this thing live, y'all. Isn't it fun? Are y'all having fun?
Yeah.
Dude. Joe?
Yeah.
You look so good right now.
It's a mirror.
I want to introduce y'all to Joe Fuentesilia. And his name is spelled J-O. And if you add an E on it, he's going to get up in your face. He did it for me one time.
No, I won't get up in the face.
No, he does. Anyway, and Rob Yeager. And when I call Rob, I think he has one of those great high school names. Because when I call him, I just want to go, Yeager, Yeager. Yeah, it just sounds like a friend in high school or something.
I say Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger bombs.
Anyway, I invited these guys to come on because, number one, I love them. I love you all, like a ton. You know that. We tell each other that.
Yeah.
And you guys just got back. You guys have only known each other how long?
Since December.
Yeah.
The Glorious Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to show something. I just want to do something. This isn't sensational or anything. This is just to demonstrate something. Why don't you guys just tell each other you love them?
Love you, man.
I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up and giving me the guidance and support and calling me out, and then give me a hug when you do it.
Yeah, likewise. It's an honor.
Yeah, man. Love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah.
Love you.
And these guys just went on a weekend. You talk about it or not if you want to, but a men's weekend. And you'd known each other. You'd crossed paths before. Can I tell how I saw the connection going?
Yeah, please do.
And we're at church working on this musical, right? Melba was in it, all sorts of people. And Rob had just shown up at a men's group, and he started hanging out at the church and helping out on the musical. Joe was playing Joseph in the musical. I think it's typecasting, but anyway.
Right.
Yeah. And these two were standing like near each other. I just had a feeling they were going to connect, and they just started connecting. And Rob began to almost immediately support Joe in his role. What was he telling you, Joe?
He was saying, "Hey, Joe, you ever get that feeling when you're wrestling your children, and like you have to like really lay the smack down on them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I could kind of remember that." He's like, "Bring that energy," and I was like, "Thanks, man."
Bring the mask.
It was like love at first sight when I saw you. It was like when I first saw him, though, I felt like we traveled before. Like this wave of kindness just like swept over me. So it was like we knew we might have been crickets or something together in the forest.
What about you, Rob? Why were you drawn to even just support this man in that moment? Because we're all rooting for you, Joe. Because we're rooting for Joseph. Because we're rooting for a masculinity that makes sense, right? That's what I'm really rooting for, because there's so much masculinity that doesn't quite make sense in the world, and there's some of the feminine that doesn't make sense to me. But it's the masculine has gotten really attacked a lot lately, right? And I just, me, one of them, I'm afraid to sort of be masculine sometimes because it's just under a microscope. Because a lot of bad crap has happened too, right? I mean, it's not like bad crap hadn't happened from the masculine energy, but it's a beautiful energy. And I just saw y'all tap into it right away. And so, Rob, what was it about Joe that made you feel comfortable just supporting him in that moment where we were all like, Joe, get in your masculine? Because Joseph, by the way, on that play, Joe, for years, Joseph didn't have a line. Like, that's how disregarded the masculine was in that whole story. And of course, it is the quintessential mother story. Mother Mary's having Jesus, right? I mean, so she gets the spotlight. It's fine. I mean, that's good. This was the mother of all mothers. And I talked to her. She supports me. So no complaints there. But it was just like Joseph just looked so meek. And he had a hard job. He was choosing this really hard way with this woman who was pregnant. Who was saying he didn't get me pregnant, and everyone was like, really? You know? And I was like, God, and he stood for her. Yeah, he stood for her. I mean, all the arrows she was getting.
He was kind of like an FBI agent. He had to sneak her out of Dodge.
Yeah.
You know, and he had to go against the Jewish beliefs.
Yeah.
So he was a ninja in his own way. He got her out.
Yeah.
They wanted to get her.
Because, I mean,
girl.
that was a time where that was not a good time for women on our planet. They weren't considered citizens of the planet. Yeah. So, yeah, he did that. And he did it, I thought, with a lot of humility and masculinity. But you were playing that role. And I was like, Joe, it's in there.
Yeah, Rob's helped me.
Yeah. So what was it, Rob, that you thought, I'm going to just say this to this guy? And what was it? And what was it saying about you? What were you projecting onto him?
You know, honestly, I was working. I was doing something with the lights or something like that. And Joe just comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and he was like, hey. And I was like, hi. And it was this moment of like, I know you, but I've never seen you before. And so that little act of kindness, that stepping out, because I was just some guy walking around the church trying to help out. And then I saw him on the stage, and he had this voice, but it wasn't emanating in that moment. And so it was just kind of like just an opportunity to just go, hey, can I give you a couple words? I think, you know, and it's just one of those things that just, I needed to say that. And he was receptive, and I didn't know if it was going to help, but I needed to say it for my own sake. And he gave me the green light, and you know, that kind of took it off from there, really. And it was just a matter of seeing another guy, and I had my 2 cents and asked if it was okay. And he was open to it, and he was receptive, and it seemed to work out in that moment. So I don't know what it says about me. Maybe. Well,
you're going through your own situation, all right? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want, but can I tell you what I think?
Yeah.
I think you've opened a portal because of your current situation and how hard it is. That I think Joe walked in the portal.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've done some deep, deep work around what's going on. And I just think that's portal opening work. And then Joe, by the way, is a spaceman.
He is.
Portal traveler.
He is.
He is.
You're an astronaut, man.
Yeah, he is an emotional, spiritual astronaut. And, you know, if you want to go into outer space, get in with this guy. Because you know why I think it is, Joe? I'm just telling you all sorts of stuff about you, but it's because, and Don Hale said that he was on the show last week. But I interviewed him a couple years ago, and I was like, Don, can a 70 or 80-year-old have their rite of passage? Can they have their right from boyhood to manhood, or from young woman to womanhood? Can they have their right? Can they move it even at that age? And he said, and I'll imitate Don Hale a little bit. He said, only if they have eyes of a child. That's the only way through the portal.
Good imitation.
And this guy, you have the eyes of the child, and you have a warrior heart, and you see things that I can't ever see, and you bring them back from outer space, and you do it so gracefully. You do it like a painter would do it. And so I just think it's interesting but compelling that Rob is going through as tough a time, dude, as a man should have to go through.
100%.
Right?
100%.
I mean,
yeah.
And so, and then here you were connecting up with this dude who space travels all the time.
Yeah.
And then you opened the portal. He walked in. I don't know. I call it portal traveling or space travel.
Yeah.
And then you guys went on a men's weekend together. And what did that mean to you all as far as brotherly love with each other or with these other men that you'd never met before? Can you share a little bit about your experience with what it was like? Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
Just talking to that mic, brother. I want to hear. But what was that like for you? You wrote a beautiful letter about it. But what was going on for you on that weekend when you were in this sequestered, in a way, right? You were sequestered with these men, and we traveled,
So
right?
when it has to do with brotherly love, I feel like he gave me the support I needed to give me the courage to do it, because I heard of a lot of things that happened on this retreat, but since he was there, it felt like I could do this. So it's like that showing up for each other. He showed up for me, and I met him halfway.
Yeah.
And I showed up for him.
What does it mean to have another man show up for you?
Whew, that's love. Just with all your bullshit and whatever your pain, whatever you're going through, and you still show up.
Yeah.
That's
Nothing like it, really.
Time in the present moment. That's all that exists. So.
What about you, Rob? What does it mean for a man to show up for you?
Oh man, I didn't know what brotherly love was, and then like you've shared as far as my journey, and now I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's a balance of bringing one man's strength to literally support your strength, and to bring that out in you. And when you can't hold up, he's got shoulders to hold you up and bring you along.
How about we try I statement on that?
When I can't stand up, he's there to help me stand up. When my shoulders can't handle it, he's there to help me carry that load.
We were going to do this interview with me sitting on his shoulders. We were like, should we come in like that?
I could see that.
Yeah, we thought about that.
I could see that in a heartbeat.
We thought about that.
Yeah.
We were going to practice in the parking lot.
I try not to leave y'all alone together very long, because something's going to happen.
I know. Melba yelled at us.
She
We
was
were
like,
making too much noise.
Oh,
wherever
no.
she is.
Yeah.
That's brotherly love.
Yeah.
It's brotherly love, man. That's what the green room's for. Green room's getting crazy back
But it's
there.
also like holding each other accountable. Like back there, I was going to eat something sweet, and he smacked it out of my hands. He was like, And I was like, oh, man, he loves me.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
No.
Yeah.
No, or it's extremely personal. He loves you that much.
Yeah.
You know?
It hurts me to see you eat sweets. I'll eat them for you.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Well, I appreciate it. It's not socially sort of super accepted for men to be talking like y'all are. And, you know, it means a lot to me that you would come and just, you know, be here in this way, because it changed my life, you know, 6 years ago when I had an experience like y'all did. And I wondered, because, you know, like I came back from that and I was like, why did that just happen? And then another weekend, why did that just happen? How is that happening? Because it never happened in my life like that. And it dawned on me that I felt safe for the first time in my life. And I'm a white, educated, heterosexual, Christian American. How safe does it get?
Yeah.
For me, right?
Yeah.
There's like as safe as a person can be.
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet tall. I got enough money to get out of the country if I need to, or you know what I mean? Like I have the economics, and it's like I didn't realize I never felt safe. And I didn't even know that's what that was until I did. And I was like, well, why did I feel safe? And it was because of the agreements that we make.
100%.
I was like, wow. And so we, you know, so it's a strange thing to say, but it's a beautiful thing to feel. I feel safe.
Yeah. When you put it on, that's the best part.
Yeah.
When you put the safety on and you realize all that fear isn't real.
Yeah.
That's when you really step into your power. So
Yeah.
all that's all sabotage.
Yeah.
It's man-made.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we realize, and I'm safer. I feel safe right now. That's why my voice changed and even sounds safe.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it just
Thanks.
cranked it up a notch. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear him crank it up a notch?
You hear
Just
that?
like
I'm here.
Joe's in the house now.
Joe's now here.
Smooth.
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
Rob, anything you'd like to share with, and I'm just going to say men right now, because we've heard some from amazing women tonight about their struggles, their aspirations, their accomplishments. I mean, what did y'all think about Keila singing?
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
I mean, I have goosebumps just right now when you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm tearing up just thinking about her song.
Yeah.
And to me, Keila, I just want to say thank you, because that transformation, that love you had for your mother is she's with us. She's still matters. She's still making a difference. Thank you. Because she's coming through those pipes, man. So I just, you just moved a bunch of men to the next level. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to say to another man who? Let's just say this. You mind if we just do something?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah. This is why I've never had somebody just say yes like that, like you do, and we've become friends. And I fought it for a long time. I did. I was like, he's a good guy, but I got lots of friends. I need brothers.
Yeah.
I got lots of friends. I need brothers, and I was like, I don't know. He can't be that loyal, right? He talks about it. He looks like it, but he can't be. He can't be in like that. I just have never met someone more in.
Oh, I'm in.
I know it.
I'm in.
I know it. And but I've never had the luxury of someone being in for me like that. And so I just I want to say thank you for your inness, and I wondered if you would share a little bit about, let's just say, if you're a man feeling this, but it's the feelings that you feel.
Yeah.
And if you would like to talk to a man out there that's listening or in here, and just said, if you're a man that feels this way, but you're listing your feelings, what would you say? What encouragement would you give them? Or blessing?
Well, I'm searching back. I have been lost for quite a while. And in November, I was hurt. And I was hurting like I'd never hurt before. And I'd made the decision to say yes to things that I never would say yes to. And so I took a deep inventory of myself. And if you're feeling any of these things at any point in time, and it's overwhelming, and you feel like you're living in a shadow, you feel like you don't know how to connect with friends or family, or you find yourself without any friends or family because you've ostracized them or ignored them or whatever that case may be. You just lived in fear. I deeply encourage you to find a brother, to go to Mankind Project and find another brother, because that's where I found Mark. That's where I found Joe. And I was lost. And I still get lost, but the beautiful thing now is that I have gentlemen like yourself and Joe and all of the guys that I met on our weekend and the guys that I continue to connect with. And it's
humbling.
Yeah, and it's powering. Yeah. I'm able to, the first night I met you, I said, they asked what I wanted, and I was like, peace. That was it. I said peace. And it was one word, and it was simple. And I'm getting snippets of that, and I'm feeling that.
I just want to, you open to an affirmation?
Absolutely.
So in the studio, does this man look like he has some peace? Anybody? Yeah. I feel that peace. I see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, no, it's reach out to me. If you need a brother, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I will be there to listen and
You
go apart that.
Send me an email at mark@littlebigvoices.com and say, I want Rob as a brother. That's all you got to say to this guy.
Yep.
And what's going to happen? What are you going to say?
I'm in. Let's do it.
That's right. And
Got you.
Corey, I love Corey, man. Like, I feel like I'm getting to be brothers with this guy. And LaShawn, I don't know, just some connection I just so appreciate. And I hope you guys get to know them like I do.
Yeah.
They're just something. But Corey will be texting and talking, and then he'll finish it with, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I love that, because we'll be talking about a million things, and he's like, let's get it. I'm like, which one?
Yes.
The music video, the film, the podcast you want to do?
Yes.
Dinner? What are we doing here? But we're getting it.
Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah. Anyway. So, well, cool. Well, Joe, any words you would have for a man that, let's just, you've got a really interesting past, man. You've been in the Army. You've, like, protected our country. You've done all sorts of stuff in your life. It wasn't like, your first initiation to manhood. I mean, you went through some stuff back in the Army, right? And if you could go back and tell one of your brothers, back then what you didn't tell them back then, but you'd like to tell them now. Is there a brother back then in the Army that you would like to go ahead and tell something to right now?
Yeah. I'd probably tell them, you're not alone. You think this is, you're on an island. But the universe is like a catalog. You place your order, you throw the wish out there, and then watch what the universe does. And if you need a brother, shoot me an email too. I'll be your brother.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I love y'all. I love what you stand for, but I just love you as humans. I want all of you are welcome here. All of you are welcome here. Your anger, your rage, your joy, your pictures of your kids, your families, all the things that aren't going right and all the things that are beautiful. All of you are welcome here all the time. So thank you. So we're going to, what did y'all think about Joe Mach earlier? We're getting ready to go over to Joe for another song.
Oh, he's got another song?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, dude,
he's got 50 songs, 100. But Joe and I were working a wedding one time, because I do a lot of live streaming and stuff, and he was doing some singing, and he did a sound check like he did earlier today. And I went up to him at the sound check and I said, Joe, you make me want to get married a third time just to have you sing at my wedding. And I'm not looking for a third time, but I was like, when you sing, it gives me hope. It gives me hope into this hope that I can't touch. So I just would like to welcome my friend and a brother, Joseph Mach, to the stage. And thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yeah. I want to thank you for the opportunity to, I don't perform very much these days. And so when you gave me the invitation, this, being that we're here talking about love, I've got a wedding anniversary coming up this week. And so I wanted to use this opportunity to maybe fill the room with a little bit more love, if that's possible. And before I was married, we were just dating about 4 years ago. And I was at a party and I was trying to describe. So I said, oh, my wife, she's the one, she's about this tall, she's red hair. And somebody says, oh, you mean the girl with rainbow eyes? And if you get a chance to look, I said, oh, yeah, that's the one. And the songwriter in me said, hey, that's a song. But more than that, it was a song that I wrote, and I've never had a chance to perform it. And I was writing it about unconditional love and this journey that we're on together. And little did I know, about 6 months later, that journey was going to get a lot richer. So it was sort of an idea when I wrote the song, and now it's become kind of lived experience. So, Meg, I love you. Wilder, I love you. Lovely is the girl with rainbows in her eyes. Lucky is the boy standing by her side. Oh, to be given a chance to meet you again. We might learn from each other, laugh with each other, love one another unconditional. Steady is the hand that rocks the baby to sleep. Catch her in the right, wash and keep them clean. Ought to be given a chance to bring a life in. We might learn from each other, laugh with each other, and love one another more than I ever thought I could. Oh, 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 ooh. Lovely is the girl with rainbows in her eyes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Rob, why don't you sit here? Why don't you sit there? We were sitting there listening to you instead of producing videos over here. Joseph, thank you, man. So, our last guest this evening, and thank you all for the audience that you've just been so good. We're running a little bit behind, but I think of it like maybe we're running ahead on the next one or something. But I want to welcome my friend and brother, Patrick Hauser.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. And Patrick and I know each other because of Donna. And Donna wanted us to be friends. And when Donna wants something, she gets it. Am I right?
You're right.
Yeah.
In spades.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she'll do it in all sorts of crazy ways. But we didn't really get to know each other that much until she passed. I mean, we'd been to a dinner party or two, and I think I mean, we got to know each other a little bit, but I was thinking about that today. I was like, and Donna's like, I want you to meet my friend Patrick. And so I just want to honor her and let you know I want to become deeper friends.
Thank you.
Because she must have seen something that we didn't see.
She saw a lot.
Yeah. Dude, transcendental. So I'm glad we share her. And the other day, Patrick was in here. We had another podcast. Another podcast show used the studio. And I had introduced Patrick to this other podcaster. And Patrick has written a book basically a manual on fatherhood. And and this other podcaster, his name, the show is Dedicated Joe. His name's Joe too. And they came over and recorded the podcast here. And I was just so impressed because I hadn't slowed down and just soaked you in, you know? And I think I do that a lot. I get busy and I step over people. I don't step on them as much as I step over them. And that's just as bad for me, you know? And so it really, because I was doing everything so they could do the podcast. So I kind of had to listen to you for the first time, you know, like really hear you. So I just want to say thank you for coming on the show and fixing the toilet paper holder today. You know, everyone thinks podcasting is so cool, but the toilet paper holder breaks, y'all, right before the show. That's the one thing. I mean, the paper towel holder, yeah, we'll get by. You know, the sink, but not the toilet paper. That's not going to be cool for 20. How many people we got here? Anyone done a count yet? 22?
22.
Oh my gosh. 22. You know, we're breaking a fire code, I'm pretty sure. And one thing Rob helped me on this week is right over there behind Laura is now an aisle. That was never in existence in the studio because the last show we had this many people, and I was like, afterwards, I was like, man, we could have caught on fire or something. I don't like thinking about that stuff, but it's like, it's true. And but we do have Fire Engine 11 right over here, and these guys are great. So I'm pretty sure they would come help us. But I thought I want to make this safer, and so Rob and I were building things. Like we got that whole thing, that hanging shelf right there that's running the real camera, so people wouldn't trip. So we could move the couch, so we could have some more room to get out, or you know. And we just worked on that, Rob. But in the middle of all that craziness, Patrick came over for that interview, and I felt like I got to know you better. I dropped in. So we've heard today from a daughter who loved her mother so much that she wrote a song about her, you know. We heard from a mother who loved her son so much that it's put her in a whole different spiritual path and creative path. Something we didn't talk about, Melissa. Is Melissa still hanging around? I hope. She paid for dinner. She might as well eat it. I hope she's here. But Melissa, if you can hear me, say it's okay. Okay. Did she say it's okay? I just want to ask if it's okay if I share something. Yeah, I'm asking your permission if I can share something that we've talked about. Okay. You had the same thing Hermes did. Hermes like, it depends on what you're about to say right now. But I think it's a fair question, y'all. I mean, how long have y'all known me? You know, long enough to not say yes. Anyway, I can't know if I remember what I was going to say now, but it's just that I'll think of it in a second. It's such an honor for people to talk about these things, right? And we heard from a couple that is about to go on their journey. If LaShawn will pick a date. We got the tickets. We got the LLC. We got matching shirts, it appears.
I know. I want those shirts.
I mean, we've done everything, LaShawn, except the date. But like we heard from that couple who appreciates each other because of what they've been through. I mean, that's just so powerful. So, you know, some people would call that romantic love. I would call it's in the spiritual love category. I mean, I think all of this is, personally. It's all spiritual. And we heard from a couple of men here that are just loving on each other and loving men in their path. I mean, what's the last podcast you went on where two men said, give them my number, I don't even know them, I'll be their brother. And I'm telling y'all, if these two are your brother, you got nothing holding you back in life. It's just magical. So we talked about that, and we talked about, and then just see Joe's youngin' running around here, that's just beauty right there. I was hoping he'd run up and help you out, Joe. It's just all that. So I want to stop on father's love, because we talked about mothers and daughters' loves and brother loves, and love is food and service, and love is art, like love is a rose, like Melba. And by the way, on the set tonight, that's Melba's rose she painted of herself. If you want to know Melba better, just go gaze at that art and gaze into it like a portal. And it just looked so beautiful, So let's talk about father's love and about what's important for you to share. What would you like to share with us about your understanding of father's love, and from your own experience or from your depth?
My North Star when I started this project almost 20 years ago became the phrase that I use over and over, which is, fathers make a world of difference. Because that phrase wasn't used a lot in the past, especially around the birthing time. That's my ethos, is from conception or even before, through the child's first couple of years. And if the father's not supported, if he doesn't feel safe, if he doesn't trust birth and the process of family, then, mother loses, baby loses, family loses. And that's really a shame, because it doesn't have to be that way. But what we learned about birth and that whole time is that we bring our own with us.
Tell us more about that.
Our own birth. During the time of birth, we're producing more brain cells than any time in our life. When brain cells pair up, memory occurs. So, why don't we remember our birth? Well, we remember it on a cellular level, on a behavioral level. But the conscious mind has ways of protecting itself from trauma, car wrecks, horrible births, whatever. And we create amnesia. However, that doesn't mean it's not having an influence on us. So the field that is now called pre- and perinatal psychology has to do with, we all have a navel. We were all present at our birth. So how's it going with that experience? And so a really important precursor to the birthing room is doing a little inner exploration and finding out, how am I feeling? How was my birth? What is my trajectory into the family? Because it can be terrifying if it's not wonderful. And we have a choice. We have a choice as to how we're going to be, if we know we have a choice. One phrase that came up to me, just a couple of months ago in the tail end of a meditation was, what would love choose? And that's kind of a brain stopper. What would love choose? In any situation, relation with other people, activities, directions in life, what would love choose? And that's kind of an acid test, if love says yes, if love says no, what's the outcome?
Yeah.
What would love choose?
Tell us about your birth.
1948, a classic knock 'em down, drag 'em out, And
48, man, that was what was going on in 48. World War II was over.
Yeah.
Korean War hadn't started yet, right?
Yeah.
Was your dad in the military or anything?
Yeah, he was in a prison camp in Germany for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like to not? So he was in there like
Before
5 or 6 years before you were born?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that change his parenting of you?
Well, my mother's MO in life was to have babies. She just, that's what she wanted. And so she had 6 of them.
Wow.
And my father, while being very in love with her and dedicated to that and committed, his relationship with his own father was not so great. My grandfather was not always kind to him. in all sorts of ways. And so that tends to run downhill unless we put on the brakes and say, whoa, how can I feel more whole and more healthy in this process? Because that's the family jewels. You know, that's what you're handing down to your children. The inheritance, you know, is that stuff.
Or debt.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you know, we're only, you know, a generation or two into real universal self-awareness, where more and more people are exploring that territory to find out, how can I be a better person? How can I be a happier person? How can I be a more loving person? Whereas, you know, you look back at a couple of generations and those kind of questions weren't really asked much. And so it's really significant that we're doing that now, and we're really stepping up, and dads are involved more than ever. It's amazing how much dads are involved, not just at the birth, but in the child raising. And like when I decided, well, I started this project when I was living in England. This is almost 20 years ago. And a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, became a colleague. We decided to do it together. He was a new dad. I was already a grandfather. So it was like, let's see what we can do. And so we designed a 2.5-day program for expectant dads, and we were all ready to go. Try and go find an expectant dad. You know, he doesn't have a bump. He's not sitting there talking to his friends, having a cup of coffee, and you know, it just wasn't had 20 years ago. You know, and that's when I went to Google, and I went in fathers to be, and Google came back and said, "What? No, did you mean mothers to be?" No reference
There
found.
was nothing on Google.
No reference, fathers to be. The whole World Wide Web 20 years ago. It's like, how's that possible? You know, there was a big...
Is that with the birth of the book? It was like, I guess I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was this giant void that was begging to be filled. So we just stepped up and said, okay, we got to do this. It's ours to do.
So we get the birth that we get. Like, I was born in the same hospital where my sister was dying of cancer.
Wow. At the same time? Wow.
And so I've done a lot of work going back to that, a lot of portal traveling back to that moment. And you know, talking to my mom about it, and my other sister, who was the middle sister, so she was off with the grandparents. We weren't together. My dad was trying to figure out what to do, working and keeping things afloat and stuff. And so, but we get the birth we get. And my sister, who lived 60 years past that time, and she died 3 years ago from something unrelated. But I felt like we had a bond because of that, you know. But we get the birth we get, and it matters, right? It does seem to matter, whatever that is, you know, whether you get the opportunity for the mother to gaze, those important gazing moments. That connect. What do they call that? The
bonding.
The bonding. Yeah.
And the breastfeeding
breastfeeding and all that. And then there's just like, now everyone's so busy and they got all this pressure and stuff. It's just, it's different. But what do we do with the birth we had? Like, have you ever done any work around that for yourself? Or what do we do with the one we have? How do we be in relationship to it? Or, you know what I mean? How do we...
Yeah. Well, between my first son and my second son, we did a lot of what's called rebirthing, which is a breathing process. You have a guide and you breathe, and somehow after about 45 minutes or so, it unlocks a door to the subconscious. And you then, oftentimes it's called rebirthing, because many people re-experience their own birth, because it's there.
Yeah.
It's there in the cells.
Yeah.
You know, and thereby then having the opportunity to release it with the breath, because at the end of a session you're enlivened and you're in love, and you know, it's wonderful. And so that was a very powerful tool for us to be able to, because the first birth, our first son, was tragic in many ways, and then we didn't want to carry that forward. We knew, you know,
psychically you didn't want to just you wanted to process it, or you wanted something. So
we did, through the breath, through the rebirthing. Which was huge. And my wife, the mother of my children, in an age regression session, which is sort of a hypnosis, re-experienced her own birth, and she, in that context, she experienced the birth of our first son as being identical to her own birth, emotionally identical. Different room, different furniture, different people. But the emotional context was identical. And it was like, is this a coincidence or a clue? That feels like that. Holy smokes. So we definitely wanted to, redirect that energy before the next birth, which we did very successfully.
What do you think? Thank you for sharing that. What do you think birth and love have to do with each other?
Everything.
Is it the birth of love? I mean, could it be just another expression of this love of the Heavenly Father, or of the earthly Father, or of this energy we call love, or this source we call love?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mother love, father love.
All of it.
Yeah, love is the bottom line. If that's where our attention goes, and that's where our intention is, then that's what it looks like, smells like, feels like, tastes like.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've divined, if you will.
Yeah. Well, we haven't talked much about that tonight. But I'd like to touch on it maybe with these three men here, if y'all want it. We got another couple minutes on the timer. Stephanie has been so great. I want to give her a big hand because she keeps setting this countdown timer and I keep ignoring it. I'm just like, Stephanie, you're so good. Thank you. Because it is helping, but I'm obviously getting caught up in these conversations. But we haven't talked about spiritual love. I mean, maybe it's all spiritual. And sometimes it's religious spiritual, and sometimes it's familial spiritual, or sometimes it's, it transcends, the physical, right? But I'd be curious, or if there's anybody, even, our VIP guest tonight or anyone I want to pop in, there's a mic open if you have something to say about spiritual love. Or divine love. I developed kind of an aversion to the word God a while back. And it wasn't an aversion. It was just like I couldn't say God and not think of this God that I didn't want to have in my life. So I just didn't have a language for it, So I've ended up using divine to me, divine love, divine higher power works too some, but there's something there that's greater than me that is some sort of source, and I'm in relationship with it, right? And I just wonder if any of y'all would like to talk about that, like divine love. What does it mean to you? Joe, you got anything?
The only thing I could think of is unconditional. And it's everywhere all the time. But the thing is, you have everything you need, and you need everything you have. So you are love. And when you realize that, you're talking about realizing you become love, and everywhere you become pure, sweet, eternal. Just like divine love. You connect to a higher being, and you bring joy wherever you go. So divine love is just everywhere. If you can see it, everything becomes beautiful. Just open your eyes and wake up.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Sharpen your focus in that direction.
Absolutely. Rob, what about you? If you want.
Yeah, no. Love for me is patient strength. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about it from a father-son position, a brother-brother. If we're going into spousal. If we're going into the spiritual side of what love is, regardless of what your religious belief is, I believe that the spirit, whatever you call it, is showing strength and patience. They're creating a container for us, for me, to sit there and either be angry or to be calm, to be listened to, and then to guide and to be a mirror. And I just, for patient strength. And that's love for me. And so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see that love in you, Rob.
Thank you.
When I was coming to the end of writing my book, the Fathers to Be Handbook, 8 chapters, I knew that's what it was going to be. I didn't know why, but it was. And I got there and I said, oh, wait a minute, I haven't talked about spirituality. And then I read the book again, hundreds of times reading the book, And I went, oh, wait, it's on every friggin' page. However, out of that came a piece in the afterword called The Spirit of Fatherhood. Because it's that essence, and it's leaving the ego at the door. And what I talk about is, what if your child has come here to be your guide? What if your child has come here to open your heart? What if your child has come here to be the one, that blows your mind, opens your heart, shows you the way, I mean, quite literally. And it's like, let's tap into that. Because there's always thing, well, I'm here to guide my child. I'm going to teach my child. I'm going to do. Well, not necessarily.
Wow. My sons have been that for me, are that for me. I'm only be able to be in this moment because of what they've committed to and what they've see or not see. Brought me to this moment. I can't think of a relationship that's more complicated and beautiful and hard and wonderful than that, than a son.
Yeah.
So, man, thank you all. Stephanie, if you've been around me very long, like 5 minutes maybe. Stephanie, why don't you come over here a second? Come over and sit down with me. Can you get behind me?
I wanted to a minute ago, but...
Did you?
Well, I didn't...
Well, you're the floor manager. You get to decide everything on the floor.
The conversation that was happening was beautiful.
Hey, Joe, could you loan her your headphones?
Oh, yeah.
One thing I have learned being around a bunch of men is after a while, get the feminine in.
Put a woman in charge.
And to check. So, Stephanie, I wondered if you would be willing. There's this power of the divine feminine. And of course, I personally believe that we all have access to this divine feminine, divine masculine. And I'm actually exploring whether energies beyond what we call masculine and feminine, right? They're just names that somebody came up with at some point. But to me, it's a spectrum of just, of love maybe, or of life and energies. But I often miss the presence of a human in my life that is emitting the divine feminine, right? And that has that, like what Rob and I were seeing in church with that, just her hand on his back. That was enough to go, that's all I need to go out and fight another day or to love another day or to work another day, is that touch. I wondered if you would just shed, from your perspective on this, like what you've heard today, everything from, seeing Joe's little beautiful family running around, or Keila's story and song, or, these guys and Sean and Anna. I mean, it's just, what's your take on this from that deepest divine feminine? Doesn't have to be anything other than just how you feel.
Thanks for the question. We are love.
Talk into that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're learning how to podcast. This is part of the training.
Thank you. The headphones changed everything.
Because when I asked Stephanie, I said, "Hey, why don't you do the podcast, and then we'll do a show and we'll send it to your podcast, because I don't know how to do that. She was so passionate about it, and whenever I hear that kind of passion, I just turn into encourager mode. Like, we need that light out there. Let's go. Kind of like the Sean and on it. Like, let's go. Let's do this. And so she goes, "What? Me?" And she goes, I was thinking about doing a podcast. So what would encouragement look like for you right now in this moment? What would it look like in this studio for you to feel encouraged? What would you need or want?
Well, I want to stick with the first question. You didn't let me answer.
I know. I'm sorry.
This is what Mach does.
So
you know,
I got something to say.
Okay, I'll get out of the way.
That is,
I'll get out of the way.
It's just like, how dare we think that we're the only thing in the universe? Like we can become so egoically focused, right? So why is divorce rate so high right now? Sure, some people are talking about it, but I think that there is a disconnect between the masculine and the feminine, and we as humans are interjecting past trauma most of the time. And we have homework. I think, Corey, you mentioned it on the last show. And I was like, ooh, let's unpack that, because you said something about make sure you do your homework before you go into the next relationship, right? So we go into relationships wanting to fix ourselves or hoping that the relationship or the other person is going to do that. And we're just setting ourselves up for failure because we have to become whole ourselves, right? So why is divorce rate so high? And why aren't we talking about it more? And I think it's time to talk about how the energy and the essence of feminism may have swung our pendulum too far out of scope. And it put things out of balance because we didn't talk about male and female roles at the same time, which is really key in how everything is balanced and fits together. So we've ended up, and I as a woman I have participated in male bashing. And as I matured, I realized that was only contributing to the problem and not helping at all, right? So how can I not only stop that, undo it, but how can I even retrace that and heal? Because I have a 19-year-old son who is struggling to launch as a young man. And I think more young men are struggling with what their role is. And so, how can I show up and say, hey, this matters to me? Even though I may have participated in some of this, I want to undo it, and I even want to do more than that. I want to make it better. I want to heal, and I want to show men that it doesn't matter what has happened to me before this moment when I'm looking at you in the eyes. I can see you as a beautiful human being. And, to all of the men and all of the women in the room, but it's like I want to help women reconnect to the masculine, because I think that is going to help heal the masculine, right? Women showing up for men and saying, hey, you are important to this life. Like, how dare we question God's plan or higher power, universe, or whatever, right? We can't deny that masculine and feminine came to the planet. We're not talking about sexual orientation or anything like that, right? It's two forces coming together. And my higher power, the universe that I believe in, God that I believe in, was not about bashing each other. We're supposed to figure this out. We're supposed to figure out how to come together, how to enhance each other, how to support each other, how to figure it out. We just got to figure it out. And maybe, put a little lightness into it too. Not take it as seriously, but the more I get clear with myself and I love myself, I can see right what's needed. And I can look into, I've got lots of stories with men too, and I was in a fishing village in Alaska at the height of me hating men. And they were
How'd
like,
that go?
there was like 20 women to, 1,500 men, okay? Well, okay, what's this about, God, right? So
That's a joke for you.
it wasn't very funny at the time, but now that I can look back on it as a more mature woman, and having experienced, married for 14 years, and 2 beautiful children out of that marriage and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's about, I am love, you are love, and let's come together and raise each other up and stop tearing each other apart. And the little cues along the way, right? Like when you're having problems or challenges in your relationship, one thing to remind yourself is, taking that higher ground is just like, I might be pissed at this person, but how can I make your day better? What do you need today to make your day better? And remembering when there's conflict or challenges between the two of you, if you come from that place, you're going to get closer to what you really want ultimately.
Do y'all hear a podcast being born? No, I'm serious. We're birthing something, Stephanie. Like, if you want. That is beautiful. Thank you. That's exactly what I felt. Like, I didn't know what you'd say, but I knew it would feel this way. Thank you. Thanks for saying yes. And thanks for helping balance out this story that we have. Don't go. Because if you're here, I don't get in trouble with the countdown. I just,
I bet we have some hungry stomachs.
We have hungry,
right?
and you guys are, all these people here, the guests, everybody, y'all are up to stuff, These are talented people. They've all got families and beautiful things to do. So we're going to wrap it up. But I just thank you. Thank you to everybody who participated today and the crew. Y'all just hung with it. Can we give it up for the crew? I mean, imagine like going to work and you don't know what's going to happen that day, every day. That's what it's like crewing here. And I just love, Sam, you're like, I don't know if you dance. You should be on Dancing with the Stars or something, because you dance with that camera. It's like one thing for you. It's just beautiful, man. And I always think about Lalo back there, because I quit looking at the monitor, Lalo. I trust you, And that's a big thing for anyone who's worked in the studio or anywhere. I trust you. And Chris Waters, you complete me, Thank you. Rob, thank you for just the hours and hours and hours in here the last 3 weeks. I had a vision, and you believed in it, and thank you. And
thank you for bringing me along.
Stephanie, thanks for flying all the way in. Susan, thank you for just your gorgeous, feminine, beautiful, serving, healing energy. And Christy, we didn't get over to you too much today. Did anyone have questions online or anything that they want to ask or say? And
a quiet night up in here, but all good.
Yeah, well, that's that. Then they're going to be loud tomorrow. That's how it works. But I would like to invite anyone who feels like this conversation and these conversations are important, and you'd like to contribute to them going on. There's a Patreon on the homepage. For as little as $2 a month, you can just put your 2 cents in, or literally your $2 in,
or $25.
Yeah. Well, Patrick's a new member. He joined up. I love Patrick. He's like, "What's the link? What's the link?" And I kept forgetting to send it, and he just found it anyway. But it's not a cry for money. It's an invitation to love. That's all. It's like we're just doing that and eating some good food along the way, thanks to Hermes. Hermes, you had a question about salad bowls. Did you get those answered?
No, sir.
So, Susan, did you bring 4 salad bowls? I'm just curious.
There's 2 big ones and one more is in here.
Okay, one more is in there, and there's 2 big ones. We'll make it work.
They're real big.
Yeah. They're big salad bowls.
Gigantic.
Well, this is what we do here. We get it done. What do we do, Corey? Let's get it. All right. So thank y'all. Did I forget anybody? Melvin Martinez, you're the reason I'm sitting here. Thank you. Happy birthday. We're going to celebrate some more in a minute. And please go see her art exhibit. And let's figure out a way to bug Joe Mach to where he sings every week somewhere. That's just healing. I just felt healed. Keila, you're coming back if you want to. Anytime. You just walk in that door and you got a place to sing. What a gift. So.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah. Oh, man. I feel like I know your mother just a little bit. So thank you for introducing me to her. So, yeah, Bashan and Anastasia, if there's anything we can do, just you're welcome back anytime. We're excited for you. I want to buy the first fly piece of clothing.
Yes.
And you're welcome when you get the first set out. I want you to come back, and we're going to sell some fly, and do anything we can to support you because your light is needed in the world, man. That light came from some darkness, right? So let's get it out, man. And Melissa, I'm in always. And if you want to help Melissa, just walk up to her and say, I want to help with that too. I want to help your son getting his day in the sun. You know, something Melissa said to me about Griffin one time. She said that she wanted him to have the opportunity that he didn't get to have before he left the earth, to be seen. You remember that? It was just, so that is such a mother. Like, he's gone from the earth, but she's like, he's got more to do here. He's got more to give. And I just love that vision of a mother like that. So, I don't know. It was a good night, y'all. Can't thank you enough. And Hermes, thank you. And Evelyn, the Wonder Child. You make me just want to, be a better person. All right, here's the deal, y'all. Let's open up the mics, Chris. Let's stand by. On 3, instead of live, let's say love. Thank you for joining us on Little Big Voices.